So with the holidays finally here, in today's video, as the title suggests, I really just want to talk about 6 purchases that I think that really just changed my life, that are not too expensive, that hopefully can change your life as well. Now, while it is true that we're making this during holiday season, so it's dedicated to the holidays, you can really watch this video at any time because these are purchases you can buy essentially year-round. It's just by chance that because it happens to be holiday season, I figured there's going to be many deals, so this might be the perfect timing to be able to kind of get some gift ideas that you might want to give to your friends, your family, or maybe as a gift simply to yourself. So with that being said, let's just get started on the spot. But as always, if you guys enjoy videos like this, you guys know the same drill: like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. There's a lot of people I know that might be here but are not necessarily subscribed. You can watch to the end to decide if you want to, but it is always greatly appreciated. So with that being said, let's get this video rolling and started. So the first item that we're going to talk about on the list, and again going back, is it's really important to clarify, is that you don't have to buy these during the holiday season. You can buy this year round at any time. It just happens to be the holiday season and there's more likely to be deals going on. But the first purchase is really going to be a finance book of some kind. We happen to be a finance channel, so you can really talk about any books. I'm going to put a link to the description, but there's so many different books that you can buy. If you're interested in purchasing any book, there's going to be links, referral links specifically inside of the description, so you can check it out and maybe purchase from there if you're interested in supporting the channel. But the idea really is that there are so many different books out there. The most famous one might be like Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Millionaire Fast Lane, 4-Hour Work Week. There's just so many different books that are floating around the internet, especially in the finance community. And while I don't necessarily, I think that's one of the things that makes this channel a little bit less conventional. While I don't necessarily think you have to read a ton of books in order to be very successful, there are a lot of very successful people I know that haven't even cracked open a book in years and years. I do still believe that it's a strategy in a way that you can still enrich your life. So I think that the first item is going to be a book, because there's obviously so much knowledge that's been going on around and when you read. And you don't have to, and it's also a gift that's just not too expensive. Most books you can purchase for less than $10, if anything, used. So I think that's going to be the first thing. Now, the second purchase that you can really make that is going to be life-changing is going to be a journal. And obviously our channel was built on a foundation of journaling, because that's the name of the channel, Kevin's Journal. But the idea really is that I personally think that journaling is one of the most life-changing things that brought a lot of clarity to my particular life. And so I hope that maybe if you happen to not be a journalist, or if you happen to be looking for a gift for someone, buying someone a journal and encouraging them to get into writing and keeping a journal entry, not every single day, although that could be true too, but at least on a somewhat regular basis, it's going to bring a lot of clarity to your life. It's going to help you organize your day. It's going to give you a lot of insight to things you like, things you don't like. It's going to be great for personal self-reflection. I use my journal to write almost everything I can possibly think of that needs to be written down, whether this happens to be notes on a business idea, notes on information, notes I have to just take down, research, all sorts of different things, personal thoughts. I think journaling is not just such an enriching thing, but it's just one of those things I think can really open a lot of people. And I know that a lot of people that have reported that they started journaling have reported it as becoming one of the biggest life-changing habits that they were really able to develop. And it's not that expensive either, so I think it makes the perfect gift for some people. Now, the third item that's going to be on our list is something that can save a lot of people money. So not necessarily make a lot of money, but it's going to save a lot of money. And it's going to be cooking equipment, or anything in the world of cooking. Because especially true right now, because we have made videos talking about how expensive groceries are. I'm going to put some videos at the end screen that talks about the inflation situation that we're going, so you can watch that after you watch this video if you are interested. But the idea really is that with inflation skyrocketing right now, although it is getting better, grocery prices are still or just food in general is still very expensive. Eating out has gone up significantly. Groceries have gone up as well. But at the very end of the day, shopping for groceries and trying to cook food at home is not only considered a lot healthier, but is still going to be generally a lot cheaper than eating out all day. So if you are someone that is not necessarily a good cook, or if you know someone that is not a particularly good cook, I think cooking equipment is something that could potentially really be life-changing life-changing for them if you can encourage them to start getting into cooking. It's going to save a lot of money. You can now use that money to do other things, whether this is to invest, whether this is for pleasure, leisure, fun, entertainment, important stuff, classes, seminars, lectures, all sorts of different things. The idea is that it's going to help you financially. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest things that can be very, very life-changing. If you know someone that either does not have a lot of cooking equipment, or maybe does have cooking equipment but is very outdated and old, so you want to get them some new equipment, this is something that can potentially help. Now, the next thing that we're going to share, and the fourth item on our particular list, is going to be something that really helped me organize my day, and it's going to be an alarm clock. Now, a lot of people obviously know time is money, especially for most people, because sadly the reality is while it is true in the finance community, we talk about how you have to disconnect money and time. At the end of the day, it is just a well-known fact that most people, especially in the beginning, do have to trade their time for money. It's just the reality of what most people have to go through. Not every single person can be an entrepreneur. Not every single person wants to be an entrepreneur. But at the end of the day, all of this stuff is going to take time. So an alarm clock is one of those very, very life-changing things, I think, that's going to help a lot of people to organize their day, because they can use it to wake up in the morning, to wake up when they need to, or to just set an alarm for when they need to get notified about a particular something. And while it is true that most people have smartphones these days, and you can obviously use a smartphone to achieve the same thing, there is also a productivity hack that a lot of people say, is that sometimes having your smartphone can be a little bit distracting sometimes. And so by having a dedicated alarm clock, what's really, really nice is that it's allowing you to be able to wake up with one less and very big significant distraction, which is going to be your smartphone, so that you can basically continue on your day and wake up each time without worrying about such a thing ruining or potentially impacting your productivity situation. Now, the fifth item is going to be an extension of that, and it's something that I'm actually wearing right now, and that is going to be a watch. So a watch is going to be perfect as well for organizing your day. This is really, really good, because the reality is that, again, going back is that while it is true that we can use our smartphones, there are actually, interestingly, a lot of life situations I've personally been in where I did not have access to my smartphone. So for example, it's like if I go swimming, when I go on vacation, sometimes I want to get into the beach, or something like that. When I'm taking a shower, I wear this watch almost everywhere. And I think what's really great is that it has helped me to really be able to organize my day. Sometimes maybe I'm biking. When I bike and try to save money because I don't happen to own a car, because we all know that cars are one of the #1 wealth killer in the country, I don't have time to basically break open my smartphone when I'm biking on the road, and I don't own one of those clips that you can attach to a bike. So what happens is I have a watch. And a watch has been amazing and life-changing, because with this watch, I've been able to use it in the shower, when I go swimming, when I do athletic activities, sports, when I'm biking, anything that's very particularly physical, active. I think that a lot of this stuff has been really, really great for myself, especially in planning my day and productivity, and of course also financially, because I know at my particular job, I work in the events and the entertainment, TV, film industry. There are times that we just don't have access to a phone. That's just the reality of what it is, for all sorts of different reasons, whether it's because we signed an NDA or something along that lines. The idea is from an alarm clock to a watch. That's going to be life-changing. And then the last thing that we're really going to share on this list is something that can not necessarily make you money, but can potentially save you money in the long run, which is, again, also good for your financial health. And that's going to be a toothbrush. Now, this sounds a little bit funny, so definitely hear me out about it, but I have had situations in the past where I cheaped out on a toothbrush, and then what it really ended up happening is that it ended up leading to a cavity, or to rough dental health. And so what ended up happening is that because of that reason, I ended up having to actually spend even more money on medical bills to be able to pay for dental care, especially because there are many dental procedures like root canals and stuff like that, that insurance does not always sadly cover. So there were times that because when I had those kinds of situations, so this is a way that maybe I kind of struggled, or had a setback financially, is that although it's true that I was able to find really good quality and relatively cheap dentists to help me out during that time period, at the end of the day, one of the biggest things is that if I had just gotten a better toothbrush and taken much better care of my dental health, there would have been about several $100s saved up for medical bills that I would no longer have had to pay, but that I did pay because of a lot of the dental stuff that came up. So this is just something that maybe is not going to necessarily make you money, but it is going to save you a lot of money in the long run, or certainly as an insurance way to protect yourself in the case that something like that happens. But these are really going to be the 6 purchases that I really made in my life that hopefully are some holiday gifts that you can give if you're watching this around release date, whether you want to give this to your friends, you want to give this to family, you want to give this to yourself. There's going to be referral links in the description so you can check that out if that's something of interest. Huge thanks if you guys do. But the idea really is that if you watch to the end, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, happy holidays, stay safe, stay well, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching.